guys, I just want you to know this is what grocery shopping together looks like nowadays. Morning. A little after 7 here. I'm just getting to the farm. We are going to fire up the dryer. Phil's got a note here that the orange, yellow light just went out at 10:52 p.m. So he ran it till at least then. I don't know how long after that. Looks like we ran almost 12,000 bushels through it yesterday. Yeah, everything should be good. So we're gonna go out and start up our generator first. Now we need to start up our wet leg. Okay, then we come over here and we start up our dry leg. I gotta turn the dryer master or the grain handler switch on. This one. There we go. Now we start up our dry leg. That one's running. Okay. Now we turn our dryer to run and hit the hot fans switch. And it starts up the fans two. And then these last two will go right there. So they're running. Now we hit our fuel control for the burner. It has an initiate sequence that lasts 10 seconds and then it purges. Yep, okay, it's gonna go. So we'll wait for that to start. That's what wasn't working right yesterday. We had to put that jumper wire in, but it seems to be okay. And at some point, our fire will start up. Maybe we can watch it. Here it goes. Maybe letting gas in. There it goes. Okay, we got fire. Alright, so now we come back over here to our panel. You're going to watch this temperature start creeping up. This one's the actual temperature in the dryer. So we're up to 76 degrees, 78 degrees. It warms up fast. Last thing we got to do is hit this button. That starts the unload drags, pushing corn out. You got 2 minutes once it fires to hit that button, otherwise it'll shut itself down. And then we check, make sure our wet fill switch is on. That means when it calls for grain, when that paddle sensor up top says, hey, we're getting empty, it'll kick that auger on from our wet bin and start filling the dryer. So, I'm going to come in and check on the dryer master controller. We'll have to give it a minute to get warmed up, and then we can put it in auto mode and go. So it's drying temps coming up to temperature here. And it's showing me the rate, inlet, outlet, everything's good. It just takes a minute to get everything warmed up. So I am going to increase the set point, the temperature of our dryer. We're going to go up to 200 degrees. Corn's a little wetter. It's taking a little bit longer to work it through. We've got a lot of wet corn still. So by burning it hotter, it will dry it out faster and we'll get more bushels through it. All right, well, everything's running. We're up to temp, 200. So we're gonna hit this mode button and hit number 2, request automatic. 14.5 is what we want. Hit 14.5, and now it goes into auto. So it should be good. We shouldn't have to do anything. It should run all by itself. We just need to calibrate the moisture sensor every now and then and keep an eye on things. So I am going to let it go. I'm probably going to sit here until it comes on to fill once and just watch it, make sure it fills okay. But then I'm going home. Got to get ready for church this morning, and I'll be back late morning, and we'll get started shelling corn then. 12:45, I'm back. Look at that. Set point, outlet, 14.5. Doing what it's supposed to do. We're getting about 825 bushel an hour through it. Been running pretty good. Consistent, even, perfect. Well, the top green light is out, so we're sucking our bin down, but it's still probably half full. But that is what it is. That's what it's designed to do. Sit there and run. If we get shelling hard today and that bin gets full, we'll probably let her run all night. At least I will. About right there is where the level is, and the bin we're drying into, it's about 4 rings up, 4 of 10, so not quite half. Alright, I think it's time to go to the field. Bill was just checking trucks out. He's going to take me over, and I'm going to run the combine today. Dad was working on some other stuff, so we'll get her going. Alright, here we go. This field here, we're right next to the field we did yesterday. Again, just down the road from the farm. This is the first field that we're going to have combined that has replant corn in it. So it'll be interesting to see yield differences and moisture differences as we go through the areas that are replant and the areas that are not replant. Well, highly variable appears to be the name of the field again. We're switching back and forth between the replant variety and the main variety quite frequently there. We just switched. Now we're in the replants. And some of the corn's good. Average moisture is fairly high though, 24% compared to what we have been in anyway. So I don't know, we'll see how it does. Also, I got the question on yesterday's video about the parts that we put on the combine and whether that fixed the surging issue. It did not. Still doing it. Seems to be worse to me, and it's no fun. So we've got to get this fixed. I don't know what's causing it, but it's gonna start getting expensive, I have a feeling, because we've replaced all the cheap stuff, the easy stuff. I just want you guys to watch the difference in the appearance of this corn from the top of this hill right here until the bottom of that dip. Look how much, you know, it's just shorter, stalks are breaking off, it's got a grayish color to it. It doesn't look real pretty up here. And then we start going downhill, and all of a sudden, yeah, the tops aren't broken out, and it changes. Our yield from the top of the hill, low 100s. Then we come down through here, the stuff is standing, we got good stalks, it looks pretty, beautiful, nice corn. And watch the yield climb. There, it's easier to see down here. I mean, it's amazing how quickly it changes. I don't know. That's what it is. Most of our corn up here is standing really well, except for spots like that was coon damage, not corn standability related. Just for whatever reason, there's just a couple of small spots out here where we're not next to the trees. We're not even close to the trees. They're way over there. But yet, there's a few pockets that the coon just decided that's where they were going to have a party one night, I guess. You may be wondering why I'm running the combine today and we're not running the grain cart, just leaving it at the end of the field. Well, for one, I can make rounds because we're in a shorter field. So we can. And Dad is actually right over there doing some chiseling. So we're keeping the tillage work moving today while we don't have to run the grain cart. Working along the back side of this old building site. tree line here. We're gonna not combine the log this time. Got one of those during bean harvest. We don't need another one. Yeah. It's that's a big one. Let's go around it, I guess. Nothing here anyway. Tools have gotten it. Ugh. Well, we're still chipping away at this. Some of it is good corn, but a lot of it is not, and we're right around 160 average, so you can see how variable it is. Just up and down, good spots, bad spots, nothing I can do about it. So right here's one of the spots that was it was too wet to even replant this spring. See the ruts? Yeah. Bone dry now. This is the driest we've had for a fall in quite a long time, which is kind of nice, but I wouldn't turn some rain down if it wanted to rain anytime. Looks like today's is going to go north of us, but that's the way it goes sometimes. This field here it's not one of our best, let's say. It needs tiled. It's better than it used to be. We've put some tile in it, but it needs more, and so while 160 is not great, I'm not horribly disappointed in it, so we'll take it. Look, everybody, my wife came, and she came bearing gifts. Say hi.
Hi, YouTubers.
If you're wondering, the kids are over there with Grandpa. Have fun with that, Grandpa. You guys, can you see those? Not very well because cameras, but those are raindrops. I don't think it's gonna actually rain, but there's a little rain to the west. Trees, tell you what, it's amazing how they can shelter the corn from a little bit of frost though. That stuff's still green. Let's see. Yeah, moisture spiked up to 30, 31. Ouch. Good thing there's not very much of it here. Hey honey, excited for our new house over there? Are we going to stay together through this whole process?
Yes, we've done really well so far, haven't we not?
We've done all right.
We have. Better than you expected, Mr. Debbie Downer.
We're both pretty particular. Fortunately, our things align most of the time, but she has expensive taste.
Sorry, I like what I like.
I know. Anyway, we're done here. So I'm gonna go up and unload. Probably gonna send my wife to go check on our children. Haven't heard from Grandpa, so he must be doing all right. But we've got 9 acres across the road we're gonna go do tonight. Dad's doing end rows down there, and I won. Did you see that? I won. Anyway, that means he's about done. So the boys must be doing okay. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Thanks for riding with me.
Yep.
Well, I think it's mostly stopped now, but it rained enough to get my snouts all wet. The road is wet, but we're gonna try and get this done anyway. We've only got 8 acres to do. Got the front part of this field done. Now we gotta do the back, around the back of the house. And unfortunately, the yield is only gonna get worse down there because it's all trees over here, and wildlife damage is usually pretty substantial back there. Plus, it's a hill and crappy ground, and is what it is. Again, you can see it's all about elevation. Oh well. Yeah, this is what's back here. Yep. 12, 15 is going to lower the average pretty quick. Tale of two fields there, isn't it? Pretty decent in the front, a chunk in the back. That's all right. We knew that was coming with this one. I suspect that the 2 fields that we did today, no, we got 2 more that are junk, that are just not very good ground, that are going to be bad. After that, though, everything else gets quite a bit better. Oh, man. I hit the wrong switch. I guess it's getting better. Hold on, light. The switch for the lights and the windshield wiper are right next to each other. Right here and right here, and I went to turn my lights back on when I pulled in the driveway, and I hit the windshield wiper one. And anybody who farms knows that you never, ever hit the windshield wipers unless you're in a torrential downpour, because all it does is streak and smear and gonna have to wash the windows tomorrow. It did clean up okay. There was just enough water there, but oh well. Dryer's still running good. We did set our output moisture up to 15% instead of 14.5% because we're towards the top of the bin now, or filling the top half, so it's going to get hauled out in the winter. So we don't have to over dry it quite so much. Still running around 900. That's not too bad. Loads coming in, looks like 21, 22, there's a 24. That was that wet stuff, that green stuff by them trees that we did. Decent corn today. Got 2 lights on our bin out there. There, kinda. Which means the dryer's pretty well kept up with what we've done today. It's starting to look like red Christmas around here. We've got our accumulation of red dog, that's what we call it. The little red, this stuff here, it comes off the corn. Some people call it bees wings, I guess. That is the one problem with the style of dryer that we have. It is messy. That stuff drifts everywhere. All right, guys, that is it for today. Not even 8 o'clock yet. So my wife and kids are still here in the house visiting Grandma and Grandpa, so I'm gonna go in there and hang out with them. Tomorrow's plan, we'll see what the weather does tonight. If it starts raining and gets a little sticky tomorrow, I'm gonna do seed business stuff, so it may or may not be a video. If that does not happen, which it does not look like it's going to, we're probably gonna run that corn plot off tomorrow, so that'll be a good thing to get done, and then we'll figure out where to go next after that, depending on how long it takes us and all that good stuff. So keep the dryers moving so the corn's getting dried and we don't have wet corn sitting around, and keep knocking out acres as fast as we can. Believe it or not, listen to this phrase, see if you follow me here. We are slowly, very quickly, a third done with harvest here, with the corn harvest. So we are moving right through it. It's a good thing. But anyway, questions and comments, leave them down below, and hit that like and subscribe buttons for me, please. I would really appreciate it if you will do that. Help me get up to 15,000 subscribers sooner rather than later. Have a good night. See you guys.